Hello there. BoBo, the Bitcoiner, is back. Bitcoin held $90,000 through the chaos. And here's what happened, okay? Bitcoin survived a US attack on Venezuela, a $74 billion emergency bank loan, ETF outflows, and the collapse of the famous 4-year cycle. And it's still above $90,000. Everyone is staring at the price. But the real story is what's happening behind the price. And that's much bigger than a cycle. While the headlines scream about the geopolitical shock, market panic, and traders brace for the impact, Bitcoin held its ground. It didn't behave like a speculative toy. It behaved like a macro infrastructure. That's the first sign that the old narratives are dying. For 14 years, Bitcoin followed a rhythm, right? Halving, peak, rally, then peak, and then winter. Everyone can draw the chart with the closed eyes. But 2025 shattered that pattern. For the first time, post-halving year close rate bills accumulated anyway. Exchange keep falling. And the market didn't care about the old script. This isn't a failure of the cycle. It's the maturity of the asset. Then came the ETF stress test. $1.29 billion float, 14,500 Bitcoin worth of selling pressure hit the market. Holiday liquidity was thin. Everything was lined up for a collapse. But Bitcoin didn't collapse. It absorbed the heat, right, or the shock. That's not what a fragile market does, right? That's what a resilient system does. So here's the part that most people missed. When the price looked chaotic, Bitcoin infrastructure quietly exploded. New rules, books, new rails, new integration, new adoption. 2025 was the year Bitcoin died 4 times. And each time the ecosystem came back stronger. Prices was noisy. Infrastructure was inevitable. Anyway. So while everyone argued about the charts, developer upgraded the foundation. ASIC pay join. ASIC as in ASYNC, pay join, is becoming the HTTPS of Bitcoin privacy. Wallets are adopting it, merchants are testing it, and users are getting privacy without needing to be an expert. These are the upgrades that don't move the price today, but change the future forever. You zoom out further, liquidity is returning, policy is easing, regulation is clearer, and trillions are starting to move on chain. This isn't just a bull market setup. It's a structural shift in how the world tests or treats Bitcoin. And here's the truth. Bitcoin isn't just surviving the shock. It's absorbing them. It's becoming the backbone of the new financial system. The question isn't what's the price next week. The real question is what's the world are we building for the next decade? Cycle come and go. Narrative rise and fall. But infrastructure, liquidity, and adoption, those are permanent. Bitcoin isn't a cycle, it's a breakout. And we are living through the moment where everything changes. That's why we are seeing Bitcoin refusing to break. We are seeing the maturity of the asset. It's resilient, its structural shift, its adoption continuing. And the current price is still at 91,000 today. So, if you look at how after the all the havoc in the world, I should say, Bitcoin is still staying strong, still above $90,000. Let's see what I can come up with next week episode. Okay? Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.